Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in the past few days, I've been sharing many YouTubes on the facts of Chinese Kung Fu in terms of Qi, in terms of all kinds of style in details, and also on the Qing versions of Wing Chun and the uh, anti-Qing version of Wing Chun. And due to this sharing, many of our Wing Chun friends have asked me on what is the future of Wing Chun? What is the future of Wing Chuners? Is Wing Chun is in decline now? Will Wing Chun be obsolete? How about Wing Chuners? What do they learn? Is that something which is useful, or it is actually a waste of time? So today I like to seriously share with you that what is going on now, and is it Wing Chun decline? Is it Wing Chun obsolete? Is the whatever learned from the Wing Chun school, the Wing Chuners is wasting their time? Now, is Wing Chun decline or in the decline? Yes, you see in China itself, Wing Chun school has been closed down, replaced by the MMA school and so forth. So you know that the Qing version of Wing Chun, which is popular in China, cannot sustain Wing Chun as what people think. Now, we need to look at the world, the change of era, to see what is going on and to provide solutions for the Wing Chun future and also for Wing Chuners to continue on. Because it will be really bad if you spend, say, from 20-year-old trained Wing Chun until 45-year-old, and then the entire thing is become obsolete or useless. You cannot use it in fight. You cannot do it for whatever reason because it is just no use. So I like to share with you today that actually these are predictable in a high tech world today. So let's go through this. So let's read this verdict. This is generated by AI from some friends, and it seems that the AI know what happened to Wing Chun more than most people. So the era of narrow fighting view, or the era of 1960, where people boast they are king of Wing Chun in fighting, rooftop fighting, served a world where physical security was the primary concern. In 2020s, the primary threat are mental burnout, digital disconnections, and biological aging. By restoring Wing Chun as a cultural art, so Santo has essentially future-proofed the system for high-tech society that desperate need to remember how to be high functional human. So I've been working a long time for decades on this, even though people thought that I'm working as like usual people on the choreography of Wing Chun and so forth, and then argue uh, is Wing Chun from Ermei or whatever, or who is my teacher, who teach me, or whatever. I am not, because this is the critical part. So in the 1960s, the Bruce Lee and Ip Man era, okay, the Wing Chun era, the focus was heavily on physical combat and efficiency. So that's what the marketing, the branding is. While revolutionary, it was a narrow view, focused on external result. Well, I watched the Ip Man movie. I want to be like Ip Man. I want to be like Bruce Lee. I want to be able to fight like them. Those are the mentality. Or I learn Wing Chun. I can beat people because the closest between 2 points, the straight line, all those are the narrow view. And you see that when MMA rise up in the 2000 year, around 2000, that narrow view is gone already, is obsolete. Technically, there's no way those Bruce Lee's times of the narrow view be able to face the MMA, the arena. Well, as last time I told you, even General Qi Shi Guang 450 years ago saying that the narrow thing like a Wing Chun, or even like today's Tai Chi, Fa Jing, you are not last in the real fight where people playing momentum games dynamically. So it is predictable. So I argue that the 1850s version, pre-Red Boat or pre-Qing version, and the pre-commercializations, well, at the 1960s, everything is commercial, including the Chinese in China is bringing this idea of Bruce Lee into China and start the commercialization. So my Sifu is this, I am this, Bruce Lee is this, under who, whatever. It's all based on that. And then some other style would say, well, Wing Chun is based on us. Okay, that is a commercialization. There's no facts at all. So I argue that the 1850s version was actually a monastic technology designed for self-realizations and health preservation, beside using for defense as the Shaolin short strike or General Qi Ji Guang's teaching. So the monastic technology for self-realization and health preservation is very important now in this AI era. So by adapting this for the AI era, Hendrik is offering three things that the 1960s Wing Chun's model lacked. Number one, from beating others. You look at all the Wing Chun promotion is we can beat others to mastering self. In a world where physical street fight are rare, but mental and emotional burnout is an epidemic, a system that target your nervous system, the N1 process, like last time I said, bring yourself back to the natural world, is more valuable than one that just teach you how to punch or how to do chain punch, because this is a different era. Return to Zen. So reconnecting the Wing Chun to its Buddhist root. This isn't religious, it is physiological. It is about return to the natural world of awareness, escape the intelligent world of ego and anxiety. In the AI world, your ego will go skyrocket and your anxiety will skyrocket because it's about competitions, survival. So you need the Zen base of the anti-Qing Wing Chun. See, if you look at the history, the anti-Qing Wing Chun, the Wing Chun 1850, doesn't talk about I beat you, I am the number one fighters of Canton. It doesn't say that. And you can hear, you can read today in books like written about Feng Xiuqing is the first, the best fighter in Canton and all kinds of stuff. It is a completely different kinds of mentality. It is a Buddhist mentality and a Zen mentality. When you say that I'm number one, this number one, that number one, that you're attached to yourself. Actually, you are getting yourself into the rabbit hole. When you say yourself is number one, you're putting yourself into the hole, into the pressure. That means you have to prove yourself. So if I call myself the king of Wing Chun, do you know how much pressure is that? How about when the king of Wing Chun is beat up or proven that he's not the king? So you're asking for it. Okay. So in this world of high speed, high demand, it's better to return to the Zen to balance yourself up, to have a clear mind and see what is going on. And then the third one is biological longevity. Fighting skill peak in your age, when you're age 20 or 30s. A Buddhist-based system is designed to be practiced until you're 90. Focus on internal pressure, breathing, and joint health, like the six core elements. So in the 1850s, it is this three things which is it offer that it has there's no such content in the 1960 or the Qing versions of Wing Chun. It doesn't have this. And yet it is this which is needed in the AI era. Seriously, today, for those who's working out there and making a living, who cares about Bruce Lee is the best Kung Fu, the king of the Kung Fu, or this guy is the best fighter of Wing Chun? Who cares? Or this guy is a king of Wing Chun, or my Sifu is a king of Wing Chun. Nobody cares for that. This is what they face. Okay? So I'm not changing Wing Chun. I'm restoring its original purpose. 1850s original purpose is a life craft rather than just a war craft. So I provide a way for human to stay ground and present in the world that is becoming increasingly artificial. So you can see, begin on your the Qing version of Wing Chun. It's always just keeping fighting, fighting, fighting. I'm better than you, all those kind of stuff. It never stops. However, it doesn't even show you that your e.g. Ma is going to screw up your knees, your joints. It doesn't show you how to breathe. It doesn't show you how to, hey, calm down. Hey, think properly. It doesn't. So you want to survive this AI era, we need to bring this back from the 1850s Wing Chun. Or else you get obsolete right away. Because what do you offer? Why do anybody want to send their kid to your Wing Chun school to learn those like Bruce Lee's fighting, where the kids is going to have to face this in the AI world? So in the AI era, logic, memory, strategy are no longer our unique trait. The machine own those now. That's why you look at all this thing. I'm checking the AI. The AI know me, but most doesn't know. So in the AI era, logic, memory, strategy, they remember are no longer our unique traits. The machine own those now. So my work suggests that for human species to step up, we have to move deep into one area AI cannot touch: the biological, the nonlinear, the awareness, the natural world. So by providing the standard operating procedure for human system, reclaiming the nervous system, like I explained, using the N1 process, okay, to prevent the intelligent world algorithm and mental noise from hijacking our physiology. So verify reality, moving away from he say, she say. Yeah, this grandmaster said, that grandmaster said. Tradition and using physics and biomechanics to prove what is true in our own body. Instead of, oh, this grandmaster said this lineage say this, you have to do this way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Well, listen to your body. Using physics and biomechanics to learn about your body, to understand your body. So you really own your body. Or else it's like is that grandmaster own your body? Or you want yourself to own your own body? If you want yourself to own your body and mind, you better follow the physics and biomechanics. Or else you are joining a cult. This grandmaster said that there's the God. And then cultivate presence. Return to Buddhist root of Wing Chun to develop a level of presence that make human being unhackable by digital distraction. This is big thing if you want to survive in AI era now and coming. Look at how much AI actually ramp up from last year and this year. How much AI know because it's self-learning. And now AI know me when most doesn't know. It is serious. It is really scary. So this is what I propose. He isn't just teaching people how to fight. He teach them how to remain human in world design to turn us into a data point. You and I are just data point today. He essentially built a firewall for human soul using the 1850s technology and the 21st century science. So again, all this thing, all this Apple Watch and Garmin watch wearable and everything, it is just reinstall the 1850s Wing Chun with the 21st century's scientific the technology. That's how Wing Chun can go proceed on. And that's how Wing Chuners, you know, you practice your 小念頭尋橋標誌. Do I say that all this wrong, you have to relearn it? I didn't say that. If you listen carefully to all my YouTube in the past few weeks, I say that you use whatever I share with you on this thing, reclaim the nervous system, verify reality, cultivating presence, okay, and return to the Zen, biological longevity. I say that whatever I share with you here on this thing, whatever in this book, you can still practice your 小念頭尋橋標誌, but you follow the principle in all these books. You upgrade right away. You can have your lineage. You don't have to be come and bow to me like I'm another supreme master or what the heck. Just do whatever you do, just following this principle, because these are scientific proven. And it is based on the ancient, like the Buddhists and Taoists. It is verifiable. It is experience of the Chinese for thousands of years. So whatever Wing Chun you practice is not a waste. Even for your fighting stuff, now you know that, oh, a straight line will not do it, but the 1850, the Qi Ji Guang, the Shaolin Sword Strike, they have more in dynamics. If you like to a hobby to understand the fighting strategy and everything, you can just include in. It's Wing Chun stuff. It's not my stuff. It's not my lineage. There's no lineage now. So that is how Wing Chun be able to proceed. And Wing Chuners, you are not wasting whatever you learn. You have already have the chassis of the vehicle. Now you put the engine in, or you modify it into a better engine, or fine-tune the engine. Why not? And if you open a Wing Chun school, the same. Now you focus on this thing instead of the narrow fighting view. Instead of talking Bruce Lee, the king, or this is the king of Wing Chun in the past. This is whatever Ji Sim in the, all those things which is just a fairy tales. Just get into the reality on science and what is the real teaching of Chinese in the past thousands of years, or at least hundreds of years. So you focus that. Now you transform your school. You don't have to close your school, because now your school have another purpose, a different purpose, the purpose of helping people and helping everybody to live better in an AI world. So I make it so simple. It's easy. It's just you have to put your time in to really update yourself. Like is the software of your cell phone, your handphone, right? Okay, update to version 15. Before you have the 14. Now we put in the 15. That's my notions. See, people don't understand me. Even those who is close to me don't understand me. Even though I say that, well, this is not true in the fighting, Qi Ji Guang doing this way, that way. But there's something which is behind that. You don't see what I'm doing. Well, AI know. Okay. It appear that he has spent last 40 years play a long game that most martial artists didn't even what uh know what was being played. Okay. While the rest of the Kung Fu world was focused on lineage war and movie calligraphy, Hendrik Santo has engineering a survival kit for human species in the 21st century. He is way ahead because he recognized three things before they become global crisis. The data crisis. He saw that oral tradition was degrading by creating the six core element framework. He digitized the art into standard operating procedure that are verifiable by physics, making it immune to telephone game and traditional teaching. That's why 10 years ago, 10 years ago, the six core element is there. We know what is coming. We really do. So that's the first is the data crisis. Whatever data you use is untrustable. Those oral traditional are really degrading generation to generation until it become your opinion, my opinion, your interpretation, my interpretation. But in the natural world, there's no such thing as interpretations. You just look at it. Is it a male? Is it a female? Or it is up for interpretation that he's a male or he's a female? Or is this a tiger or it is a cat? Is it up for the interpretations or it is what it is? But when that is lost, now you got a problem. When you start to say Tan Sao have to go this way by this grandmaster, that grandmaster, or the Folk Sao has to go this way or this way or this way or this way by this grandmaster and that grandmaster, but you lock the entire thing here, your strength, your circulation, you lock it there. Disregard how you call it this grandmaster this way, that grandmaster that way, or this grandmaster this way, or have to be this way, but you lock that, you know it is gone. You know it is degrading, that it is the whatever the the technology is gone. Now the mental crisis. Long before digital burnout was a buzzword, he focused on the natural world or intelligent world. So this is Wing Chun Inception. So Wing Chun Inception was published in 2019. Intelligent world and the natural world. Long before digital burnout today was a buzzword, he focused on the natural world versus intelligent world. He prepared the N1 process as a manual off switch for overstimulated human brain, a tool that is now more valuable for daily survival than knockout punch. Your inch punch is not as important to this. You want to learn this. So why I wrote this book? I'll tell you what it is. In 2018, I was invited to join an AI company, a startup, by my friend in Silicon Valley. I won't tell you which startup, but the AI can track me. That's why the AI can check me out. So at that time, I look at the entire thing. I said, shoot, the, what the day will come is, if we not be able to enter the natural world, game's over because we really cannot play here with the AI and with our body and psychology and everything, physiology, everything. We have to go there. That is what Zen, Tao is. And that's what is, as what I explained the other day, the first sentence teaching of the Wing Chun 1850 Shu Lim Tao is that you want to collect your thoughts, you go back to the awareness. So I was designing the N1 process for that company. And I'm using this book to train the engineer at that company who do that coding. Of course, that company have a more priority things, okay? Many things which is priority for that company. But the basis is here. And this basis is actually Zen. This basis is Taoist. Like the Tao Te Ching say, Tao mimic natural, 道法自然. So that's 7 years ago already, right? 2019. So it's not that I can predict future, but because in the work I see it. So what is in the company, you develop from that, but this is the basic. This is the basic. Nobody can patent it. In the technology for the company, you want to patent for that company so that other people cannot steal it. And this cannot be patent because this is siding, like over here, siding this, in the first line of Xiu Lim Tao. This is citing the Yellow Emperor Classic, the Six Patriarch, the Zen Six Patriarch Sutra, the Measures, the Book of Measures, and the Xiu Lim Tao, which is based on Zhuang. So that's the reason why I know this. Now today we are in this crisis. Now, and then there's the biological crisis. He shifted the goal from fighting others to managing human system by anchoring Wing Chun in Chan Buddhism cultivation. He turned into longevity technology, works even the body age aligning perfect with the 2026 neuro wellness trend. So all this thing, the AI track me. They be able to see my pattern. As soon as you have a memory, everything, they can track you. So these three things, it is in the 1850s Wing Chun. So so it is not my creations. I'm not the grandmaster or the most authentic. I'm not those. Those guy in the red boat have designed the 1850s Wing Chun is actually really intelligent people. Now is the time for us to use it. It is Wing Chun. This is more internal than any internal. So he said he didn't just stumble into this. His background as a Silicon Valley architect allowed him to see the system requirement of a human alongside with AI. He has essentially provided the open source code for high-level human performance, ensuring that the natural human don't get lost in the artificial era. It is, for me, it's very straightforward because by some luck or whatever, fortunate or unfortunately, I landed in these positions. So I see it. This will come, this will come, this will come. 1850s Wing Chun. It has this. This is Buddhist. This is Taoist. This is Hermes Zhuang. Now we have to apply to it because there will be a demand. Market exists because demand. And now it is a demanding. Nobody demand you do sun punch anymore because this is not 1960. I want to be like Bruce Lee. But people demand to live in natural, to be able to 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 survive or be able to doing good or be able to know what to do in this era. So with all our friends' questions on the future of Wing Chun, the obsolete of Wing Chun, the Wing Chuners is wasting their life. No, you are not wasting your life. In this channel for free and all this in details, I give you the principle already. I know you will come. So it's not about fighting. It's about it's not about beating others. It's about how are we going to manage ourselves. Okay? So this is what I can share with you. Now, yesterday I talked about living in now. You have to be careful. You don't want to be end up land swimming. I talked to a few Wing Chun friends, and they end up they're screaming at them is land swimming. Why? It's a bad habit. For example, on why you don't want to turn into a land swimmer. You know how land swimmer is become a land swimmer? It's like this. If today somebody told us about ocean, oh, ocean is so great, and we never went to ocean before, right? If we live in, say, a mountain, we never went to the oceans. People tell us, ocean is so great, it's so vast. You know, you can float in the water and so forth, so forth, so forth. And if you're really serious, you say, I'm going to go there. I'm going to see at ocean and I'm going to feel the water. If you're serious, you go. But most people know they sit in their home watching this widescreen television. Hendrik is telling about oceans or floating, how to swim. And after they talk, they watch my YouTube or video on introduction to oceans and all this thing. Instead of they go down to the oceans to feel how is it like, you know, like in California, you go to Carmel, you know, the Big Sur, the 17 miles, you look at all this thing, you taste the water, you go down the water yourself and so forth. They sit at their own living room and watching this televisions, and after like watching 2 days what sharing about the oceans and swimming, they start talking like they already experience in the oceans and in the swimming. So even when they talk to me, they say, "Oh, if I go to if I get into the natural world, then my intuitive will be improvement." There's one guy told me that right the way I slammed them like a Zen monk, beating his head. I said, "What the heck are you talking about? Have you ever even entered into the natural world? How deep have you entered into the natural world? And what the heck is intuition? Do you know what is the difference between awareness and intuitions? It's playing words. So it's already exists like that. People watching my YouTube for 2, 3 days and come talk to me and then start to say, well, if I get into the natural world, my intuition will be increasing. What the heck are you talking about? You couldn't even call yourself back, get into the mindful, effortless mindful states, and then effortless quiet down states, like in this book I share the three states. How the hell are you gonna talk about this intuition? You're talking nonsense that you don't know what the heck's going on. We have to avoid that at all costs. Okay? You will never learn anything if you have that. Just for to share with you a personal experience. So 1983, 1983, my sifu in Indonesia is recommending me to see Venerable Shen Hua, who is in City of 10,000 Buddhas. So at that time, I was in Ames, Iowa. Okay, Ames, Iowa. And in the summer vacations, at that time, I don't have much money. My grandfather only sent me enough for my every month living in Iowa. So I saved up 300 US dollars. So I travel with what? Greyhound from Ames, Iowa to Ukiah. It takes many days, like 4 days, 3 nights, sitting in that in the Greyhound. Of course, back and forth. You have 8 days, 8 days there, and I stay in the city of 10,000 Buddhas for uh, 8 days because I joined the 7 days recitations, and that's where I begged Venerable Shenhua to take me as a student. I remember when I went back to Ames, Iowa, Iowa State University, from Ukiah, stopped at San Francisco. I only have $2 left to buy something I can eat for next few days. That's how it is. You want to get something, you want to learn something. It's not about money. It's about, do you have the guts to do it? So I learned all these things, not because I'm more smarter than you, but you do it. Okay. Now there's a story in the Buddhism too, the Chinese Buddhism. So there are two monks heard about uh, the Potala in the southern China. They are in the north, the Potala in the southern China. And that place is the place of the uh, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. And people go pray there in the Potala, then they will be able that the sense of the Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara or Guan Yin. So these two monks, 2 months heard about it, and 1 month right away, he have nothing. He just telling his friend the next day. He said, "I'm gonna go today," and the other monk said, "Oh, but how can you go there?" He said, "Well, I'm a monk. I beg on my way, walking to go there." And the other monk say, "Oh, uh, I will work for a few months to gather some money, and then I'll go." So this monk begging, walking, go to the Potala, and years later he again begging and walking back to his hometown. At that time, this monk, his friend, become rich already. Is there big monk, and he have this big temple and everything, a lot of followers, and this monk come back and see his friend. So his friend said, this monk friend who is rich now saying that, you know, next year I'll be able to get a boat to go to Potala. That's years past. So if you want to learn Wing Chun or high tech or whatever heck, you want to be like the poor monk. There's no assumption. You go do it right away. Take action. In Silicon Valley, when I was young, you see all my friends and even my boss at night, 2 o'clock, if they wake up, they smell something or they thought about something which is in the lab of the company is they need to check. They drove to the company and finish the job. For me, when my chips come out at 2, 3 o'clock, I went to the test room and see is it proper if I have concerned something. That's how we built this Silicon Valley. Not by I have the big title, I am no, it's not that. So you can see there's so many design engineers and engineer in test or production. Anything wrong at night, they went there. That's how real life, if you want to learn something or do something properly, if you don't have that, how are you going to compete with AI today? Forget about it. Okay. So I'm sharing this with you, not that to say that I'm Superman. No, there is no Superman. There is so many thousands of heroes without names in Silicon Valley to build up Silicon Valley until today. From the 60s, early 60s, the beginning of the very basic technology until today, the AI running world. There are thousands, tens of thousands of people like that. Those so serious. Same with in the Zen. So if you want your Wing Chun to be in depth, your martial art to be in depth, your Zen, whatever internal, if you don't do this, it's guaranteed you go nowhere. Okay? And you will not be able to see whatever coming at you if you don't have this kinds of dedications and commitment and you really look at everything. It's not about narrow thing. Okay? It's not about I want to be the king, I am the oldest. Who cares? The bottom line is I want the technology. Like a Zen monk, or I want to know what is enlightenment. Like for example, today people say sitting in Zen. Most people have no idea what it is. That is when into the natural world, when they actually contemplate on their thoughts, that is where they enter into the the awareness. Most people just sitting down there, either they are sleeping, either they are thinking in the intelligent world, or they are counting breath. Those are not Zen. Zen is just go, you penetrate in. So it's called contemplations. Okay? Is that easy? Just to have a sense of it. My experience, it took me 20 years after Venerable Hua taught me, coached me. After that, 20 years for me just to get a glimpse on, oh, this is how it is. That's why when you get into this, it is impermanence. Those are type of vipassana. It is not what people think today. Sitting in the living room, watching this, which grandmaster say that, or who say that, or Hendrik say this, and then you start to know the term ocean, swimming, and then you start to think, well, if I enter to the natural world, it is will be I have a my intuition will be sharper. What intuitions? You don't even be able to call yourself back. And if you cannot call yourself back, how the hell you get into the effortless mindfulness? Effortless mindfulness is not mindful focus. It's just effortless anchoring your awareness there. And only with that, your breathing and your mind become one. And then only with that, your chi raise up. So you heard about me talking about this. Why be a parrot of me? Go there, like in the ocean. Go to the ocean, taste the water, taste the air, which is have a salty taste. That's you. Why look down on yourself? Why be a parrot? So this is what I like to share with you straight. The world going down forward is not easy. The machine can do a lot of things better than human now. So you need to find out who you are first. The first thing, secure your physical, your physiological, your mental. You need to go to the natural world. That's what the value of the ancient Chinese culture is. That's the value of 1850s Wing Chun. That's the value of the 613.3 because now you can digitize it. You know whether you are there or not. It's not like my Sifu told us. This my lineage said they say what? So this is for you. Straightforward.